right. And we are live.
Great. All right. I see people are starting to join. Welcome, everybody. Thanks for joining us today. We're going to wait just a couple minutes to let people filter in. In the meantime, feel free to open up the chat on the bottom toolbar of Zoom and let us know where you're joining us from and what kind of work you oversee. It's always fun to get to know you a little bit during these sessions. People are still joining. Welcome. Good to have you all with us. We'll wait just a moment here. Awesome. Looks like we have a few more people joining in on the session. Welcome again to everybody who's joining. We're really excited to show you some of the features that When I Work has to offer today and how to make it work for your workplace. Right. It looks like our participant numbers have kind of leveled off, so we can get started. Again, welcome everybody to the live Q&A session. We're really excited to help you get started with When I Work. During about the next 30-ish minutes, we're going to be answering questions about When I Work scheduling and attendance tools. We're going to show you some ways that you can create the schedule, manage timesheets, and communicate with your team. We'll get to as many questions as we can during this time in the Q&A section of Zoom. But if your question does not get answered during this session, we are still here to help. You can chat with us after, and we'll provide some more information at the end of the session on how you can get in contact with us. If you are totally new to When I Work, first off, welcome. Thank you for giving us a try. At the end of the session, we'll be walking through how to access our plans and pricing and how to upgrade the account. But if you're an existing When I Work account, just looking to get a better handle on some of the tools that we offer, we welcome you as well. And we're excited to have this time with you today. So once again, we are going to be using the Q&A button on the toolbar in Zoom to ask questions. I'm going to be answering the questions as they come up. I may be rearranging things a little bit or answering them, just typing them out to you. But Marie is also going to pull up her When I Work account and demo for us. So I think let's get started.
Great.
Switch on over.
All right, so thanks everyone for joining. I'll be demoing the answers to your questions today. So I've pulled up my When I Work account and I'm going to be showing you kind of a visual of the answers to your questions. And this really helps just for you guys to get a little bit of a better understanding of what I'm talking about when I try to answer those questions. So I am logged into my account as the main admin or the owner of the account. This is generally just the person that started the account or the manager who will be overseeing the scheduling and time tracking of employees. I'm just on my scheduler here up on the top menu bar. This is where you can schedule shifts for your employees and publish and notify your employees of all the shifts that they need to work. This top menu bar also will show all the other landing pages to our different products like our awesome attendance tool and our work chat or our in-app messaging system. And then on this upper more right-hand side, this is where you can change any things like settings and add any information into your account like your employees and positions and any information that your account will use. When your employees log into an account in When I Work, they actually see a setup pretty similar to what you're seeing here, but they don't have access to changing any information or seeing any information that they shouldn't. But it is always just nice to know that when your employees log into their accounts on a computer like I am, they're actually seeing kind of a similar view to what you're seeing. It's not totally different, so you don't have to get used to any other views or anything like that. So with that tiny little intro, thanks for bearing with me, and we can get started with questions.
All right, here's a great one to start off with. Bailey asks, is there a way I can make another user an admin so they can work on the schedule with me?
That is a really great question, and a great question for more of the higher level setup of your When I Work account. And you definitely can. You can add any user in the account to be a manager or a supervisor to help you manage your employees and manage the scheduling and time tracking of your team. So the way that you would set that up is you would hover over the shop front icon and click into your employee list. This is going to pull up all of the employees that are added into your account, and you can see their role right above their name. So right above my name here, you can see that I am the main admin or the main owner of the account because I started the account. And then you can see other employees here just have the word employee over them, indicating that they're kind of at that base level employee and they can't really do anything in the account except for whatever you want them to. So seeing their shifts, potentially trading shifts, things like that. If you want, you can add any employee into the system and change their role to manager. This is going to basically give them the same access level as you or the main admin. They can do things like add shifts for employees, change settings, but they won't be able to see, the one thing that they can't really see is the account and billing page. So where you upgrade your account, enter billing information, they wouldn't be able to access that, but they can pretty much do anything else that you can do in the system. If you want a level that's slightly, lower than manager, but not the baseline employee, you can also add an employee into the system as a supervisor. This is going to give them access to only managing the employees that are tagged or added to the same schedule as they are. So this maybe would work well if you have certain departments, teams, or groups, and you just want to add one other like manager to be a supervisor just of that team. So they kind of have a little bit lower of a ranking, you could say, in When I Work. The way that you would change the employee's role is you would just click into the edit icon, hover into assignments, or hover into profile, and then go into the role. And this is where you can change the role to employee, supervisor, or manager. I just also wanted to quickly mention that we have an awesome Need Help Center. This is where you can search for any help articles in the system. And if you search access level, it will come up with a whole article that steps you through what each access level can and can't do, how you can change these settings, and then any information you need to know about admin access and things like that. And this is really going to help make sure that you are assigning the correct role to the correct user, basically. So I just wanted to give that a quick shout out, because definitely use our help center if you're searching for questions like these.
Fantastic. All right. The next question is from Andrew. He says, we have the same schedules each week. Can I set it up to repeat?
Yes, great question. I'm just going to click back into my scheduler to kind of show a couple of the tricks that we have to setting up repeating shifts, copying shifts, things like that. So if you do have the same shifts every week, you definitely can set all of those shifts to repeat every week. The way that you would set that up is you would click into the shift that you want to repeat, click on the little repeat shift button, and then indicate how frequently you want that shift to repeat, and then when you want that repeat to end. If you also wanted to, so the repeating shift tool, just to back up, would just repeat that shift every week until the end date that you choose. So that's a great way just to set it up if you know that you have those shifts every week, every 2 weeks, or whatever, for however long. So definitely check that out if you already know that you want to be repeating those shifts. The other way that you can repeat shifts in the system, or copy shifts in the system, I should say, would be using the wrench icon. So I'm just going to hop into the next week to show how that would work. You can use the wrench icon here to copy the entire previous week that you have into your next week. So I'm just going to do that really quick just to show how that would work. So you can see that my whole schedule I had on my previous week just totally got copied and pasted into the blank week that I was in. So if you maybe don't want to be repeating your shifts out and you're not sure if they'll repeat and you just want to copy that into the next week, you definitely can do that. And you can copy your individual employees' weeks over to the next week as well. So if you maybe don't want to copy your entire schedule over, you can do that individually by your employees as well. Another really quick tip I wanted to mention as you're creating your schedule, if you want to make things go a little bit faster, if you want to repeat a shift to any other day or employee within your specific week, you can do that as well. So if you click on the command button, click down on the shift that you want to copy, drag and drop. This really quickly and easily will copy and paste the shifts into any other cells that you choose for any other employees. So this is a really great way to really quickly schedule out and copy and repeat any shifts within your specific week.
Awesome. Our next question is from Allison, and she is asking, how do you print the schedule?
That's a great question. So before I talk more about printing the schedule, I always want to make sure that everyone knows that anyone added into your When I Work account can see their shifts or their team's schedule, if you allow them to, on their mobile app and on their computer. So wherever they are, as long as they have a computer or their mobile app, everybody will be able to see the schedule, whether they're in the office or on the go. So if you maybe are looking to not printing the schedule anymore and posting it, all of your employees will always be notified of the schedules via alerts, notifications, and just simply by logging into their account on their computer or mobile app. So just make sure you know that before you print the schedule. But if you still want to print the schedule, that's totally fine. That's definitely up to you. And you can always just use the print icon here just to print the schedule that you have and post it if you need it anywhere, or if somebody maybe isn't as tech savvy, it's always nice to be able to print the schedule. So again, that would just be clicking that little print icon on the upper right-hand side.
Great. It seems like we have a lot of questions about attendance coming in. So maybe we can switch over to attendance and talk about the different ways to clock in and out.
Awesome. I always love when we can talk about the attendance tool on the webinar, because a lot of When I Work is about the scheduler. It's our core product. You know, the scheduling is so important, and we want to make sure that everyone is using the scheduler. But if you also want to track your employees' actual work times, you can do that in When I Work as well, and it works really beautifully along with the scheduler. So in the scheduler, again, this is where you can set your shifts, so when your employees are supposed to work, publish out those shifts, notify and alert your employees, and remind your employees to work those shifts. And then using the attendance tool, this is how your employees can clock in and out for their actual work times. So by just hovering over the attendance tab, I'm just going to click into timesheets to show the landing page and to give you a little tour of our attendance tool. So just to back up, your employees can clock in and out 3 ways on When I Work. They can log into their profile on their computer, just like I am right now. They can hover over the attendance tab and click clock in. This is what we call computer clock in. As it sounds, it's just them logging into their profile on the computer and clicking clock in. They'll do the same to clock out. You can also set up any device as a time clock terminal for your employees to come into your workplace and clock in on that. The time clock terminal can be locked on a computer, tablet, or smartphone. To lock it on a computer, you would just hover over this attendance tab and click lock as terminal. If you're using a smartphone or a tablet, you would download the When I Work terminal app. Then once you do lock your device as the terminal, your employees could come into the workplace, type in their code that you set for them or their email address, and then they would click clock in. And this is really an on-site clock in option. And you can set this again on any device that you just want to set and dedicate as that clock in terminal. The third way, and I always like to say the most popular way for employees to clock in and out in When I Work, would be the mobile clock in option. When you turn this tool on, there would be a big green button that shows up on your employees' mobile apps. And then all they would have to do is click clock in to be able to clock in for their shift. And you can always restrict your employees' clock in by their specific scheduled location. So if they aren't on site, they won't be able to clock in. And if they are, they will. So that always kind of comes up when I talk about mobile clock in, like, yeah, employees love it, managers love it, but what if my employees are clocking in from bed or from their breakfast table? And like I said, they won't be able to if you turn on those clock in restrictions on. But if you want them to clock in from anywhere, that's available too. We know a lot of businesses, that's just kind of part of the model, and that would work as well if you want a totally remote clock in option. So just a little bit more of a tour of your attendance platform once your employees are clocking in and out. Your employees' time punches will populate right onto their timesheets in real time. So their ins and out times, and then all the details of the shifts and the work they're clocking in for will show up as well. So this maybe will include a break or a lunch, which schedule or location they're tagged at, which job site, maybe if you're using job sites as well, the position or skill of the actual work that they're performing. And then they can leave a note as well. And all of this can be viewed from this detail tab here on their timesheets. On this left-hand side, this is where you can toggle between all of your different employees' timesheets to see all of their times. Up here is where you can move between all of the different pay periods that you have. And then this button that says close period is where you will close and export and produce your payroll summary for your pay period. So hopefully that was a kind of really high level overview of the attendance tool. Definitely check it out if you are interested in using time and attendance and tracking your employees' time. It's really cool.
Great. So we got another attendance related question. Allison says that some of her employees downloaded the app and they were able to adjust their hours on their timesheet. Can we go through the attendance settings and show us where it is found to allow people to edit their own timesheets or to disable that?
Definitely. The attendance tool is very customizable to what you need for your workplace. So we do have a lot of settings and we can go over them all. I think that they're really great just to be able to create a level of control that you want of your workplace while giving your employees kind of a little bit of flexibility as well. It's really up to you. So I'm just going to hover over the gear icon up top here and click into my attendance settings. This is where, like it sounds, you can set any settings that have to do with your attendance tool. So this is how you can turn on how you want your employees to clock in. So via the mobile app or the personal computer, you can mix and match whatever you really need. This is where you can turn on your location restrictions, your time-based restrictions for clocking in. And then right here is where you can allow your employees to edit or not to edit their own timesheets. So if you have this check marked, your employees are going to be able to go into their own timesheets, type in their time, and or edit any times that they have punched. So this is great if you want to, you have that level of trust and you don't really need your employees to punch their exact times. You can always allow them to edit and enter their own times into their own timesheets. If you have that setting turned off, your employees will only be able to punch in and punch out to capture those exact times when they're leaving and coming into work.
Awesome, thank you. Next, what payroll processors do you integrate with? That is from Andy.
Good question. We do have a lot of payroll processor integrations that allow you to send your payroll information, your payroll summary from When I Work to your payroll processor to get those checks sent out. So I'm going to hover over this gear icon one more time and click into my integrations to show a little bit more. This landing page is where you will be able to see all of the active integrations that you have set up for your When I Work account. And to get an integration set up, you'll just click See All My Integrations. So this is where you can see which payroll processors we directly integrate with from When I Work. So these are the integrations that we support, we can help with, and that we've built directly. And to learn more or to enable any of these, you'll just click Learn More, and then there's an Enable tab. And this will allow you, again, to create that connection between When I Work and your payroll processor to make sending all of that information super efficient, super fast, and kind of take out that manual step that you might be taking now to enter times into your payroll processors. We also do have a couple of integrations that we have built to us. So reach out to these specific companies directly, and they'll be able to give you any information on what they offer and how the integration works. We also do have a help article that will give you links to all of the landing pages for these companies, just to give you a quick link on how to get there and where to ask questions. So definitely search for that in the Need Help tab, or ask us afterwards. We'll be able to send you any link that you need and help you get started. But again, these are really great options if you're trying to make everything streamlined within When I Work, going from scheduling to time tracking to payroll. Definitely think about setting one of these up.
Great. All right, let's do one more question before we start wrapping things up. Can we just get an overview of WorkChat and how the chat communication tool works for the account?
Yes, definitely. WorkChat is just one of the coolest tools. I mean, they're all really cool in When I Work, and I probably say that about everything, but WorkChat is just something that really boosts your communication with your employees and just kind of, in my opinion, just boosts the morale, helps everyone get along, helps communication. And it's really going to be a great option if you want that within your workplace, if you want to allow employees to communicate. We know it's not right for everyone, but if you are looking to boost communication, make sure everyone's showing up at the right places at the right times, making sure that there's no miscommunications between anyone, definitely use that WorkChat tool. This is going to allow you to message your team and have potentially, if you want, your team respond back to you. So you can really kind of customize what you need the WorkChat tool to be. If you want to just have a broadcasting messaging system where you have one main workplace channel where you can just send messages to your employees, to your team, you can set that up. If you want to set it up to make it a little bit more broad, employees can also respond to your messages within that WorkChat channel. And if you really want to widen that and allow all of your employees to create one-on-one channels, chat with each other, chat back and forth, create new teams and new channels, you can widen that and set that up as well. And I can show you where you can do that. You just hover over your gear icon and click into your general settings. This is where you can turn your WorkChat on and off, and then configure how widely you want to use the tool. So allowing employees and supervisors to also post in the WorkChat channel, and allowing your staff to post and create their own channels, chat one-on-one with each other, things like that. So that's where you would set that up. And then the WorkChat tab is where you will be talking with your team, sending any messages, reminding meetings, wondering where people are, and then you can create new channels as well. So this might be a one-on-one channel, or you can create small teams and message your small team. Anything that you really want to use, it's again just an in-app messaging system. You can use it on your computer, you can use it on your mobile phone. So if you're on the go, you'll always kind of be in communication with your employees if you need. It's a really, really cool tool. I've used it at my workplace, and it's a really good option. And I love that it's available on the mobile app as well. So we know there's a lot of work that's on the go, remote work sites, things like that. And this will definitely help everybody be in communication, even if you're all remote.
Awesome.
Oh my gosh, we're already out of time.
Yeah, it looks like we have just a few questions left about how to upgrade the plan and where to find plan information. So perfect way to wrap up.
Awesome. All right, we have a ton of information coming your way for how to pick a plan, how to upgrade your plan, and then how to get in contact with us if you have any questions as you get going. So just to talk through the plans that we offer, we have kind of condensed our plans and made it really simple for you to choose which plan you need for your business. So essentially, we have one plan for up to 100 employees with an additional optional add-on. So the small business scheduling plan is for up to 100 users, and this is going to include all of the tools that we talked about today that have to do with scheduling. So scheduling your team, creating shifts, posting shifts, adding availability, and then the communication tool that we talked about just at the end, that work chat tool. That's all going to be added in that small business plan, along with a ton of other features that we didn't go over today. But we have those all listed on our website and within your account that you can check out. If you want to add the attendance tool, this is that would be called the attendance add-on, and it's going to include all of those time tracking tools that we talked about near the middle of the webinar. So that's mobile clock in, GPS enforcing the clock in, having employees clock in and out in any way, payroll integrations, things like that. So if you want to use scheduling and also time tracking tools, your plan would essentially just be called small business scheduling plus the attendance add-on. So it's really simple to kind of create your plan. And it is up to that 100 user mark. If you have more than that, chat with us and we'll get you in contact with the right person. When you are ready, building the plan that fits your needs is really easy, and you can do it from right within your When I Work account, just from your account and billing page. This is where you could upgrade your account. You can see which tools you might need. You can turn on and off the tools that you need and choose the billing frequency that's right for you, so annual or monthly billing. And then you'd be able to choose the group of users that you need. You can mock up your price just to see what your price might be. And then you can go ahead and upgrade, or you can see more of the features that we offer as well from this page. So with that, if you have any questions as you get started, we are always available to help you out, to get you in the right direction, and to answer any questions that you have. So if you have an account already, you can log into your account and use the green chat bubble on the lower right-hand side. This will get you in contact with myself, Cara, or our other teammates, and we will be able to answer any questions, help you figure out maybe which plan is right for you, or give you a couple tips on setting up the account in a way that's right for you. We're really here for any kind of questions that you need. If you have any pricing questions, we can help with that as well. So definitely use that green chat bubble if you want to ask any questions from your account. If you don't have an account yet and you're just really dabbling with signing up, or if When I Work is right for you, you can still always get in contact with us by emailing us at gettingstarted@wheniwork.com. And all of this information is in our little onboarding packet that we just sent out in the chat. So all that information is in there, the link to sign up, the links to get in contact with us, and then the links to our help center and our onboarding and training center are in there as well. So take a look at those if you kind of just want to get started on your own and you just need a couple of videos to help you get started. Those are in that packet as well. So copy and paste it in the last couple moments here, and that should give you everything that you need. But again, if you have any questions, do not hesitate to get in contact with us. So with that, thank you all so much for joining us today. We're really happy that we got to chat with you all and help you out. And thank you for all those questions. And with that, have a great rest of your Tuesday.